What if I told you a single court ruling just recovered land worth over $250 million that was stolen from you? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover how prime public land in Mombasa was swindled away decades ago, the shocking details of the court case, and what this massive recovery means for the fight against corruption in Kenya. But here's the twist. This isn't just about one plot of land. This is part of a multi-billion shilling war to reclaim what belongs to the people. Meet the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, the EACC. For years, they've been tracking down stolen public assets. On Monday, February 23, they dropped a bombshell announcement. The Environment and Land Court in Mombasa had just restored several prime parcels of land on Mombasa Island back to public ownership. The total value? A staggering 291 shillings million. And here's the part that will blow your mind. Some of this land belonged to the Kenya Railways Corporation. Blocks along Shimanzi Road, valued at 175 shillings million, were just handed back. But how did public land end up in private hands? The court established a shocking timeline. Back in 1994, these parcels, originally reserved for railway tenants and future road expansion, were unlawfully allocated to a private individual. They were then transferred to third parties. For 30 years, this prime real estate was lost. But then, on February 13, Justice L.L. Naikuni delivered a landmark judgment. He declared the allocations illegal, ordered the cancellation of the title deeds, and directed the properties be returned to public ownership. And that's not all. In a separate ruling on February 3, Justice Y.M. Onjima nullified a lease over another prime block. This one was valued at 15 shillings million along Tom Mboya Avenue, and it was supposed to be a road reserve. The court didn't stop there. It fined a former commissioner of lands 2 shillings million for misfeasance in public office. That's a personal penalty. The commission further disclosed it recovered additional parcels along the same corridor valued at 91 shillings million. And they're sending a clear message: if you have unlawfully allocated road reserve plots, surrender them voluntarily. Now, here's what nobody's talking about. This is part of a much bigger pattern. Just weeks before, the EACC recovered another public land in Machakos valued at 50 shillings million. Following the recovery, the commission affirmed its ironclad position. Illegally acquired assets will be claimed regardless of how much time has passed. They said, and I quote, "The Commission reiterates its firm resolve to recover illegally acquired public assets." But the scale of this fight is truly massive. Over recent years, the EACC has filed over 79 recovery suits. They are seeking assets valued at approximately 4.8 shillings billion. And here's the kicker: they have already successfully recovered 3.4 shillings billion worth of assets. That's the highest recovery in the last 5 years. So what does this mean for you? The implications are huge. Some say this is a major victory for accountability, a sign that the long arm of the law can finally reach corrupt deals from decades past. Others argue it's too little, too late, and question why it took 30 years to fix this. The controversy is real. But one unanswered question hangs in the air. If 291 shillings million can vanish from the public ledger for 30 years, how much more is still out there? We started with a question about $250 million shillings in recovered land. Now you know the story. A 30-year-old theft, a landmark court ruling, and a massive win for public ownership. But the debate is just beginning. Do you think these aggressive asset recoveries are a turning point in Kenya's fight against corruption, or just a drop in the ocean? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news that impacts your life and your country.